What is the biggest hurdle that you had to overcome in your career to get where you're at now?
For me, it was my age. It was age and like maturity, I guess, because I've always I'm a big kid, you know, because I feel like, you know, who Jay said, life is for living, not living uptight. So I'm not really nothing is ever that serious for me, you know, like. So what? So I don't really, and don't get me mistaken, I'm not saying I don't take things seriously, I just, you know, nothing is earth shattering. As long as I wake up and I can breathe, I'm good. Everything else is a bonus for me, right? So because I advanced in my career fast, very fast, you know, I did positions 8 months and, you know, blew the numbers out the water, and everybody always doubted what I could do because of my age. I was a young guy, young African American guy. So my biggest hurdle was always people taking me serious, because I walked in a room, you know, you have these middle class older people come into a bank. You know, I was 24 years old and I was a branch manager, you know. So you have these people coming into a bank, and I just started getting these little, you know, things on my face before. Like, I was clear, didn't have no peach fuzz, and I just started getting this, and that's why I said every time I go to the bar, I say, yo, keep this, make sure you don't take this off. You know what I'm saying? So I used to come to the bank. They used to say, hey, you know, let me see the manager. I said, hey, how you doing, business? You know, I'm the manager. Let me see the manager. You know what I'm saying? Because they would not take me seriously. But I think one of the things is that never let, what's the quote? Nobody can make you feel inferior without your permission. So one of the things that I had to learn early, I had to learn this very, very early, because at first, my first manager position was very difficult, because you have to think about this. I'm 24 years old, I'm getting grief from the customers and from my employees though too, because now I gotta tell people what to do. So now you got a 40-year-old, 50-year-old, and I'm saying, listen, why are you coming late? And they're like, get out. You know what I'm saying? So my first position was very difficult, but as I started to learn that I wasn't in this position because of my age, it's because I do this. Like, this is what I do, you understand? So I was able to say, you know, I was making myself inferior because I felt that I was young. So my second time around, I had to realize that I had to be more confident. I was self-confident. I knew what I did. I knew what my position was. So now, when someone asks to speak to the manager and they say, "Oh wow, you know, you don't look, you're older than my nephew," we joked about it, and I spoke up why, you know, I was in this position, and I asked them, what can I help you with? And I was able to handle that situation the same way someone twice my age was able to handle it. So my biggest hurdle was my age, but it's not really about age, because, you know, maybe you might not have that hurdle. Maybe your hurdle might be something totally different. It might be your sex, it might be your gender, it might, whatever it is, it might be something totally different from what I had to do, right? But one thing I'm going to tell you is that, again, and write this down, no one can make you feel inferior without your permission. So if you give them your power, then that's on you. Don't blame anybody else because you walk into a room and you feel less of a person or whatever. That's you. Walk into every situation with your head high. Nobody can take your power away. You have that power. And again, if that's an obstacle, go around it. So my thing is, make sure that you're not allowing people to control how you feel about you. Be self-confident. Self-confident. Keyword, self. Has nothing to do with anybody else. Nothing to do with anybody else. Be self-confident and believe in your abilities. Believe what you stand for. Know for a fact. Like, if I ask you your name, and if you told me your name and I said, nah, that's not your name, would you second guess that? You look at me like I'm crazy. Like, what are you talking about? My name is XYZ. So be that confident about your ability. If somebody says you can't do it, what are you talking about? And go to the